Hello everyone and welcome to 9-Inch Charge. Today we're going to talk about Harrowdeep, a new season for Warhammer Underworlds. Harrowdeep is a brand new setting for the game, taking place in a forgotten dungeon underneath the seas of Ulgu, the realm of shadow. We're going to have a look what's in the box, have a look at these two brand new spectacular warbands for the game, see what changes this new edition may bring, and speculate what this may mean for the mortal realms at large. Just before we start, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to drop it a like. It really means a lot to me and it helps people to find the channel. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please be sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. First impression straight away are that the box art is phenomenal and the game board looks great as well. I really like the colour palette that they're using here, and I really love that the Stormcast has got this lantern illuminating the shadowy realms. This is a realm that we've not heard enough of in Age of Sigmar, in my opinion, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else it brings. I know there's going to be some mechanic in the game whereby some part of the battlefield can now be shrouded in gloom, which I think will be a really fun mechanic. The box itself contains everything that you need to play the game and includes 2 warbands. And something that would be a really big pull for someone like me is that it comes with pre-made decks. Now, I've played deck building games before. I got big into Hearthstone and things like that, and I understand how difficult it can be to keep up with the meta. When new cards come out, everything changes, and actually the game that you think is quite casual all of a sudden becomes really complex and becomes a big time sink and a money sink as you try and keep up with all the different things that are going on. And that for me has been a bit of a barrier to playing Underworlds. But these pre-made decks make me feel a bit differently about that and make it just much more accessible to me. Now, Games Workshop have said that the championship format is not going anywhere, so you will still be able to create these decks that are tailored to you and try and get the most out of your warband and things like that. But now there is a kind of entry-level standard deck that will sit alongside what you get. So what's cool about this is that although now it's been running for many seasons, we've had Shadespire and Beastgrave and all the others, actually there's never been a better time to start and pick up this game. So let's have a look at the 2 warbands that are out in this box. They reflect what you get in the Dominion box set, so it's Kruleboyz versus Stormcast. I have to say that although I only played this game a little bit when it first came out and I don't play it very regularly anymore, I still do collect the warbands because they're just phenomenal models, especially the Kanothi that came out in Beastgrave. I think they're just fantastic. And I also like to take them in my Age of Sigmar games because they're just characterful and add something a bit different, and I know other people do as well, whether they use them as stand-ins or proxies or use them as the units that they are in their own right. So first up we've got DaCunning Crew, who are the Kruleboyz, of course, and they're great models, really characterful. Just like we said, always this game seems to get the best models. There's loads of fun little details. I really like the Hobgrot, who's got his hand missing, and he's replaced it with like a little stabber. And I like all the different things they've got for catching people and things. And I really like to see the mechanics play out, that they could like take away an enemy unit or slow up an enemy unit by capturing them with all this equipment that they've got. Again, loads of little details, lots of fun there. I really like the little raven perched on the main guy's shoulder as well. And after that, we have got Xanders Truth Seekers, and they've been dispatched on a righteous mission by the God King himself. We don't know what the mission is, but the name suggests that they want to uncover or reveal some dark truth or secret that's been buried and hidden away in the dungeons underneath the seas of Ulgu, which is really just tantalizing, isn't it? There's a really good mix of units in this warband. I like the double-handed Grand Hammer. We seem to have a Vigilor, and we've got an Aether Wing, which is nice as well. There seems to be a bit of an avian theme, even though it's in a dungeon under a sea. Maybe we'll see a Crow versus Aether Wing battle or something like that. But yeah, as I said previously, I love this warband. This is the first Thunderstrike warband that we've seen. Especially I like the lantern. I think that just is really thematic and just lets us know that we're playing in Ulgu. And I'd like to see that painted up by someone with a bit of OSL, make it look really, really interesting. I'd like to talk a little bit about where I think this might go. So in the last season of Underworlds, in the Beastgrave, that led us all the way through to the release of Kragnos from his mountain tomb and unveiled the setting for Age of Sigmar 3rd edition, the Realm of Beasts. Now I'd love to see something like this carry on, and that Harrowdeep would then become the setting for the next edition of Age of Sigmar 4th edition. And leading up to that, I'd love to see some warbands that reflect the denizens of Ulgu, and by that I mean the Umbraneth, or the Shadow Elves who live under Malarian. Malarian has been in the background quite a lot. He has been in some of the stories that they've released, and he's always kind of just been there but not quite mentioned, or just little brief whispers that you hear about him, which is just right as he is in the realm of shadows. But I would like to see him come to the forefront now. I'd like to see some Umbraneth, and I'd like to see this lead up to a release for him, and maybe see him come in a brand new god, and not necessarily for Order. We have seen some Chaos Elves before, and I think that would be really fun to explore. But we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, this is all pure speculation, but that's where personally I would like to see this go. But let me know in the comments where you would like to see this go. What factors do you think will drive the story forward? What about Olgu has drawn you the most? Do you think it's a good choice? And will you be picking this box up? Only time will tell what is coming out in the future for this game, but hopefully they'll be able to top the epic crab. Alright, this has been 9 Inch Charge. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.